And realized she had a pair of roving eyes. Welcome back, everybody, to Gunslinger. Smooth. Did you like that? That was a segue and a half. All right, welcome back, everybody. And as promised, we do take phone calls. Jimmy, what is that number?
Everyone's going to want to start calling, and don't wait till the end of the show, folks. We want to get everyone's call in. That's 866 870-5752. Once again, 866-870-5752.
And we got a pile of them already, but
here we go.
But you can still call in. We got about 15 lines. Let's get to Mark in Woodland Hills. How are you, Mark?
Good evening, Mark.
Good evening, gentlemen.
There he is.
I missed a little bit of the show. I was going from car to the house. I don't know if Rick was talking about Hoffman and Bonta or not.
No, we didn't get to that one.
He was talking.
Oh, okay. Well, it looks like we had a little bit of a victory there in the district court, you know, about the disallowing of non-California residents to carry and all that. Of course, you know, all this is going to have to be resolved with the constitutional carry reciprocity that federal legislation will have to take care of eventually. But I heard also people asking for a couple of weeks now about air rifles, and I got rid of my .177 and I sold it on Craigslist and got a 22 caliber with a 10-round magazine in it, and it's amazingly effective. You know, being the squirrel whisperer that I am, I could literally, I'm running out of squirrels, but I could hear the thud hitting at 75 feet. It's pretty efficacious.
Oh, yeah.
And I would recommend... over the years, I would actually recommend GAMO, G-A-M-O.
That's a good
you can get them anywhere, you know. I bought mine online, so it's no big deal. But
I think
Jeff,
you mentioned that online before. I think I saw you in the comments last time we were mentioning.
As a side note, Jeff, I attended in Friday in Woodland Hills a tribute band, Strange Days, and I was thinking about you. Oh. You used to sing along.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard of them for like decades now, or something, right?
Yeah.
And they were surprisingly good, actually.
Strange Days, if I recall that. Of course, this is a Doors cover band,
right?
And I believe the drummer is my old drummer, Dave. Like Beatle bands, Doors bands are
right.
They're very incestuous, and I know that my old keyboard player from my band plays with them once in a while also. So I actually went to high school with Dave. I mean, he and I go way back. Yeah, so.
Well, it was even worth listening to Brad Sherman for a couple of minutes. Oh, my God. But
you paid a price for that ticket.
Well, you know, I'm in his district, and like I've said before, I'm also in District 13, Florida, you know, with Luna, and she's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love that gal. But anybody who wants to see a free concert, I know it's coming up this Wednesday with the Strange Days cover band of the Doors, and they're going to be at Seal Beach Pier.
Very cool.
Eisenhower Park. It's a free concert, so it's not worth it for me to drive down there to see it, but it was pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Very good. Mark, as always.
Okay, guys.
Thanks. We'll talk to you later.
Always great hearing you.
God bless, guys. Cheers.
God bless you.
Funny when you think about the fact that the cover band has had a longer career than the Doors ever did by a lot.
Yeah, I could go on for days about some folks that have been doing it for a long time. Not me. I'm retired. Thank you. But there's guys out there that are been doing Jim Morrison longer than Jim Morrison was alive.
Yeah, right.
So,
wow.
Yeah,
that's a good metric.
Yeah. All right, let's get to Matt in Long Beach. Matt, what can we do for you?
Evening, Matt.
Yeah, I'm calling about, I've been thinking about getting out of California and kind of sell everything, my house, my business and everything, and just get in an RV and just kind of see America. My question is, can I take my firearms with me?
Well, you can. Understand, it's much easier getting out of California with guns than it is getting into California with guns. Every state has different rules, so be careful. You don't necessarily want to have one on your hip, but in California, you're going to want to keep them in the back. Try and keep the firearms and ammunition separate and both locked up.
Yep.
And then once you get out of California, And
the worst part is you are well advised to do as Jeff suggests, which is find out what the laws are wherever you're going, because believe it or not, there are worse places than California.
Yeah,
New York.
New York comes to mind.
Yeah. So
So you're telling me that I should stay here? It's good here.
Hey,
Now that's kind of extreme.
No, what I'm saying
we kind of like it.
We need as many people on the right to stay as possible.
Boy,
number one, but number two, you know, I've been all over this country. You can't beat the weather here.
No, sir.
You just can't.
Hey,
No, I agree.
we always tell people to stay and fight because you know what? Sometime and hopefully soon, especially with the next year's elections and all that, we can be winning this state back, folks.
Yep.
Come on.
Can you imagine?
Hey, you know, this pendulum has been stuck on the left for a long time. Pendulum swing both ways,
baby.
So we need to break this sucker loose and let it start kind of swinging back towards the right.
Yeah, turn this pendulum into a guillotine and chop that side off.
Yeah. On top of which, you know, tax-paying Californians are few and far between. Most of them are not necessarily.
Too many that can do leave.
Yeah.
So let's keep it in.
No, I agree. That's kind of why I'm kind of sick of it. I pay too much into this.
Believe me, I understand.
Yeah, a lot of things are changing already. So let's
But we
keep
are
our fingers
winning.
crossed.
We are
Yep.
winning
Come on.
steadily.
Yep. All right. Good enough. Matt, thanks for the call.
Thank you.
Thank
Take
you,
care now.
Matt.
Serious, a good piece of advice, though, when you travel, do be aware of the firearms laws in whatever area that
Yep.
you go into.
Yeah.
We want everybody to be safe, both personally and in terms of the legality of the issue.
Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause you get into Arizona and you get pulled over, which I have.
Funny you should mention.
Hey, you know, in my defense, I really had to go, and I was doing about 110, and I'm not joking. Literally, when I got pulled over, I had my insurance, my license, and I said, "Point me to a bathroom."
Escort, please.
The guy burst out laughing. He said, "Follow me."
Yeah.
and off we went. And he got me to a
One of the-
convenience store that was fairly close. And by the time I had gotten out, he just about finished writing the ticket. I was like, "Damn!"
Yeah.
I was hoping maybe he'd
Come
take
on,
pity
I had a
on me,
good
but-
excuse.
But and he said, "I noticed firearms in your car," and I said, "Yeah, but none of them are loaded." And he said, "Why?"
What?
It's like going to Texas. You got a gun in the car? No, sir. Well, why not?
Yeah,
Take this one.
So there's your difference in California versus just over the border, and each state is going to be different.
Absolutely. It's almost different from county to county in some places you go. So just make sure.
Just kind of like these speed traps. Right now you're going 80, but now you got to be going 25. You just never know. So best to check ahead. Yeah. All right, let's.
Should we drop the number again because we kind of went through some calls?
We got a whole bunch still.
Let's keep going then.
But go ahead, give them the number.
Okay, no problem. 866-870-5752. Again, 866-870-5752. We're going to be running through these calls, so keep on going.
We're going to, along with the calls, I need to tell you guys, we are getting stuff for September. September 13th is right around the corner already. It's only 2 months away.
We were just talking about it. A week and then 2 months.
Man, we got some stuff, high-end, long-range stuff, accurate
arms?
Made in England?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We got a pile of those in a couple of different Ackley calibers.
That's as nice as stuff gets.
Yeah,
literally.
we got one in 375 Shaytac.
That's a laser of a cartridge.
This is a 2-miler.
Yeah.
And it's got a giant scope on it. And this thing, it's about 5'7".
Yeah,
it's just a beautiful, about 40 pounds, beautiful muzzle brake on the end, so it takes.
These are firearms that you have to start allowing for the rotation of the earth.
Yeah,
because they're not in the same place when the bullet arrives.
Get this! Not only does this particular firearm come, the gun, the scope, it's got the gun rug that you put it in that folds out so you can lay on it.
So the mat rug, those are.
Here's the bonus. It comes with the Dillon Big Boy reloader.
Which you will need for that hefty long cartridge.
Which it comes with the dies, too.
Dang.
Yeah.
The whole
That's
little kit and caboodle there.
It's a complete kit.
You guys are ready. Come on.
2-mile starter kit.
This loader is for 50 cal. This 375, it's a 50 cal neck down, but it takes large rifle primers as opposed to those gargantuan 50 cals. So that's really cool.
That alone, geez.
Yeah, well, that Dillon reloader on its own is $2,000.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah, really cool stuff. And that's a couple out of 600-700 that we're going to have. So it's going to be a really fun auction. Next week I will names. Because I always want to write down the names of some of these firearms that we're getting in, but we got a lot of cool stuff. Hey, you know what? We're already on a break. You're listening to Gunslingers right here on
the Gunslingers Syndicated Radio Network.
And we'll be right back.
Yep.